let's not forget she started it. Because Will was laughing when that happened. And
then what's that look she gave him?
It was that look she gave him.
Like
and he
this.
went
she
into...
Like,
right. And then he goes up and makes a fool of himself.
Yeah.
And then they got a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's a lot. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Popcorn and Champagne, where lifestyle, glamour, and infotainment lives. From Toni and Tiff's perspective.
That's right, Tiffany. Each week we're going to focus on popcorn moments and burnt champagne moments.
Burnt popcorn moments.
Burnt popcorn moments and some champagne moments. So let's have some fun. I promise you, eventually you're going to catch on. So, Tiffany, cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Let's get it started.
Let's
That's
go.
Good.
Let's go.
So, what do you call yourself, Toni? What's the logo for us?
So, what I call us, or what I call myself, is I am a country girl with a city spirit. I am Toni Taylor Fitzgerald. I am from Fayetteville, Tennessee, and I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I love all things documentaries.
Yes. And so I'm Tiffany Gray, born and raised here in Nashville, Tennessee, alumni of Tennessee State University, HBCU, you know, and a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
It's too much.
And
yes.
It's never too much.
Tell Tiffany, let's talk really quick about why this podcast. Why did we decide to do this podcast?
So I'm living out my childhood dream right now. So growing up as an only child, I was just engaged with the television, with movies, TV. It was just my safe place. And I've always, all my friends know, that's all I do most times is talk about it. Talk about what's new, what's happening.
Right.
And so the best thing about it is I get to share it with my friend here on this platform.
Yeah. So the good thing about this particular popcorn and champagne. The thing about this particular podcast, I'm a documentary buff. I love all things documentary, all things reality TV. And how this thing actually happened was that we used to text each other all the time. Did you watch this? Did you watch that? Did you watch this? And so this kind of started with us just saying, hey, we should kind of do a podcast because we always talking about things all the time. One of the things, though, too, I want to say is that there are times when we are talking about different programs that we watched, we have total different perspectives of them. I mean, This Is Us, when we talked about This Is Us a couple weeks ago before the finale, how I thought it was one way and you said, no, it's totally another way. And I was like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. So I went back and I looked at it and you were right.
Yeah.
So there you go, sister.
It's okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So yeah. So, okay. So let's get started. One of the documentaries, we'll start with a documentary.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown had a 4-part documentary that was on A&E this week. Yeah. Was it this week? It was this week. Yeah. It was phenomenal.
It was really good.
I loved everything about it because what I noticed with him, he was authentically raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything, he addressed everything from top to bottom, everything that was bad, good, bad, and ugly. He addressed it and he owned it.
Yep.
So I had a much different respect for Bobby Brown. I love Bobby Brown, love New Edition.
Yeah.
But having him address certain things in that documentary took my love and appreciation for him to a whole other level.
For sure.
What was your thoughts?
I agree. I just think that, the loss that this man has suffered with,
lot.
losing 2 children.
Yeah.
And, losing the love of his life as well, Whitney Houston.
Right.
But his loyalty to his children. He's really just a good dude.
He is.
And he just, they just got caught up in that life.
Yep. One thing I'll say, his wife is so good for him.
Yeah. Well, she saved his life.
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, but tell everybody, Tiffany. First off, too, anything that we discuss is going to be a spoiler alert. So just so you know, we may spoil certain things. Tell them who the girl is that Bobby is married to.
Man, listen. I was totally like, yeah, that's that girl. She's the girl from the Rump Shaker video by the beach playing the saxophone.
I did not know that was her.
Dude, like I wanted to be this girl.
Yeah.
Because she was so, she was
Rex in Effect, right?
Beautiful.
Rex in Effect?
Yeah. And she was in that video. Amazing.
Well, I tell you what, she is very together. She's very buttoned up, and I think she's really, really good for Bobby. I really do. I think
I totally give that a champagne moment.
100% a champagne moment. But you can also tell, before we move on, those drugs has really played a part in Bobby. You can tell his movement is a little bit slow.
I mean, 2 heart attacks.
Yeah.
He has stents.
Yeah.
He's been through it.
And the struggle of his addiction. He addresses the struggle of his addiction. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So kudos to Bobby Brown. That's definitely a champagne moment.
Yeah.
Definitely a champagne moment.
Love it. So, if anybody knows me, I love the Real Housewives franchise.
Yes.
And so, right now we have 3 of them going. So, Housewives of Atlanta debuted a few weeks ago, and I just gotta say I'm very disappointed. The cast is lacking. The material, I just think that they're struggling right now as a franchise. It got one of the lowest opening night ratings in their history, I believe.
Yeah. There's not a Nene. There's not one person that stands out. I think that Drew, I think her husband is very fame hungry.
Shady. He's shady.
I think Drew should be on another franchise, not Housewives.
Her and her lace fronts.
Yes, her and her lace fronts.
I had to say it.
She needs to be on another. This is not the platform for her.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's not a Nene. There's not. And you mentioned, we had talked once before. It should be a Portia could have eventually. She could have filled in for that.
Yeah.
But
I would have loved to see Portia come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the track star, I don't get her involvement.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I think her husband's fine, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that one either.
Yeah. So Beverly Hills is next.
Oh, love Beverly Hills. That's one of my favorites. I love Beverly Hills.
I do too.
Okay, so Beverly Hills. Here's my thing on Beverly Hills. I'm getting a little irritated with Crystal. Crystal is the one that was on last year. It was her first time on, and she had it out with Sutton last year.
Yeah.
So they have since severed ties. They've decided they're going to be friends. They decided that they're going to show up to parties together or whatever. Yeah. And they let bygones be bygones. But Crystal has brought up information about something that Sutton said. Yeah. And she won't say what it is, and she's saying that whatever it is, it would affect her and Garcelle. Yeah. So I'm wondering,
it alludes to racism.
Right. It's what it alludes to. Yeah. And I'm not a Sutton fan at all.
Yeah.
I could not, with the whole thing with Dorit, and then, how she was talking about, she's got that Southern accent, and she was talking about her French designer. Yeah. I was like, okay, this lady's house just got broken into.
Yeah. Dorit, they did the opening with her getting burglarized. Yeah. Held at gunpoint. Yeah. It was probably one of the most powerful season openers. Yeah. In the franchise.
I agree.
And I saw her on Andy.
Watch What Happens.
Yeah.
Andy gave us a call.
And she's still shook.
No, she's very shook still. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
I think that I love the TV where they're all over Kyle's house. Yeah. Right? When PK gets in town. I mean, if my house was broken into, she says, he was all of, she says, I'm okay, Bubba. I'm all right, Bubba. Bubba. I'm okay, Bubba. I'm okay, Bubba. Yeah. So I thought that was, where he came over. They did it for the cameras too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I thought that was quite interesting. Yeah. Now let's talk about the other lady on there. Diane. Is that her name, Diane?
Oh, yes.
Well, she's never been to her store before. What is this outlet mall? Yeah. What is it? Yeah. Hilarious.
No, she's very, very filthy rich.
No, it's stinking rich.
Yeah, yeah.
For real.
Yeah. But I miss Kathy. I want Kathy Hilton back.
Kathy is now she's still a friend to the show. And I hear that Kathy may be in some some stuff too.
She is.
Yeah.
So that's coming soon.
Yeah, that is coming
but,
soon. But
yeah, Atlanta, burnt popcorn for me.
Yeah. Beverly Hills, definitely champagne moment.
Yeah.
Now, the real champagne moment that I know that, if you all haven't watched is Dubai.
Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, just to see, that part of the world.
I agree.
Which is definitely on my bucket list.
Well, there's a lot of Americans that are there too,
Yeah.
that are in Dubai.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous. I mean, it's one of my friends said it was very opulent.
Yeah.
It's very opulent, very lavish.
Yep, that's what I hear. Yeah, so the cast is mostly women of color, which I'm here for. And
all day.
They're very educated women, and I love it. I'm excited about that show. I hope that it will evolve.
Well, I'm with you on that too. And we're going back to Atlanta, how there's not that one person that stands out. With this one on Dubai, there is the
first black
model. It looks like Iman.
Yeah.
It's
she's beautiful.
Ayan, what is her name? Ayan. She is there to state her claim that she is definitely one to not mess with. That's on that show. Yeah. Definitely on that show.
Yeah, she's fire.
Yeah, she is.
So, another one we got.
Oof. Boy.
The Kardashians on Hulu. They got it right this time. I've watched it from the very beginning when it was on Bravo.
Me too. It was on E. It was on E.
I'm sorry, E. Ryan Seacrest.
Yep.
His baby. And first of all, those women are just some of my favorite people to watch.
I agree.
And
I agree.
They have upped it on Hulu.
Yes.
When you thought it couldn't get.
Yes.
I mean.
It's so much better on Hulu now.
It's amazing.
Even the camera shots, the cinematography is so much better. They cuss.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Kris Jenner's house is sick.
Can we just talk about
Chloe's house?
Wait, can we go back to Kris?
Yes.
Can we just talk about the China cabinet?
Oh my gosh, you said that before.
Woo!
You said that before. You did. I mean, it's stunning.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
And then they just debuted Chloe's house.
Did you see the pantry?
It's ridiculous.
It's gorgeous.
Now, she has OCD. Now, I'm an OCD chick.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
And I was loving it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is to perfection. She said that she sacrificed a part of her garage to get that pantry.
Okay.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, we've got the, what do you call Courtney and Travis?
Kravis.
She says, me and Travis have decided to, she enunciates every single thing.
Yeah.
She does. She does.
Yeah.
I like them together. I'm not a big fan of the tattoos. I'm just not that person, but I like their love. But it is too much. It's too much PDA. It is. It's way too much.
So you wouldn't do that?
No. That's too much.
No exceptions.
Unless it was Idris. Elba, yes. But no, it's too much. Even her kids are saying it. Her kids are even saying
They're like,
that
no, mommy, not at the dinner table.
Yeah. I mean, it's too much.
Well, I'm a PDA fan.
Okay. So you would be like kissing and holding hands and all of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I just like, I love how he loves her.
He loves her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's very attentive to her.
Okay. Has anybody checked on Scott?
Yeah.
Where is Scott? How is Scott? Scott was in New York because I was following him on social media when the wedding was going down. So he was in New York. So he's gotta feel sick.
I know, girl.
He has to feel sick. He has to feel
But
horrible.
you know, he did it to himself.
He did to himself. I agree.
He did it to himself.
I
And
agree.
she hung in there as long as she could.
She did.
But she's got a beautiful thing going. I really, that's a champagne moment for me, and I want that to thrive.
Yeah, and it will. Yeah, and it definitely will. What about Kim and Pete? What do you think about that?
I'm here for it.
I am too.
I get it. Meaning, he is a certain type of dude.
Right.
And she was with such an awkward guy for so long that when you don't know what you're going to wake up to,
right.
There's no consistency.
That's true.
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
You're making these rants and things like that. It's unsettling.
It is.
And so I just think that Pete, right now, like she said, she was about that BDE. and she was
BDE. Yeah,
and she was
Google what BDE is.
Yeah, and she was down to DTF.
Yeah,
and
it was a lot.
No, but
this was this week's episode.
I felt her on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I just think he makes her happy.
Yeah.
He jokes with her.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
And like she said, this past episode was that. He's funny, but there's so many things before that.
Right.
Like he's just thoughtful and all that. And I just think that he's a real dude. And even how she's dressing now.
Well, she mentioned that on the show about how now it's effortless. She can just, if she needed to get up and leave without makeup, she can just go. Which
she doesn't feel any pressure. Yeah. And to think that Kanye dressed her like that. You know, the first event she went to without his advisement, and she wore, it was a brown like leather dress. And he said, "You're going to ruin your career." That's what he told her. And she looked effortless.
I thought she looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But that's that kind of mind that he was giving her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want her to win too.
But Kim was a stylist before she started messing with.
But let's keep it real, because Kanye.
He elevated her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you watch the Kardashians on E.
Oh, I have.
And how he had her clean out that closet.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
And he brought in those clothes. Her life forever changed. But Kim has a tendency to morph into who she's with.
That's true.
She does.
She's morphed a lot.
But I like where she is right now.
Yeah,
so
I do. I like her with Pete. I
Yeah.
do. And I wonder if a part of me thinks that she's with Pete because Courtney has this
grunge kind of dude.
Yeah, it's a grunge look thing.
Like she said, you know, why not? I'm going to try something different.
Right. So Kardashians. Anything else on the Kardashians that we...
No, it's all champagne for me.
Yeah, I am so champagne. I am Team Kardashian. Kris
Yeah.
Jenner, I want her to come and just like grab us and say, "Hey, I'll manage you." We're available, Kris.
We are, and I just want to come to your house and sit in your cabinet, your China cabinet
your China cabinet. So,
what you got?
Well, let's talk about Jada.
Oh God.
Okay, so you were telling me this was also on today's show about Jada coming forward. I haven't seen the Red Table Talk this week. I think it was a small blurb.
Yeah.
What was said?
So, was watching today's show because that's my fave. Hey, Hoda. And they did a clip about Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk and, you know, her new episode, and it was on alopecia. Mm-hmm. And so she was saying that since the Oscars, she's had such a huge alopecia population to reach out to her.
Right.
And just say, hey, you know, I champion you, like all these things. And then she wanted to comment about the Oscars. Mm-hmm. And so basically she just said that, you know, her prayer or her wish was to have these two men eventually reconcile their differences, because the world is in a really bad place right now. Mm-hmm. Now, the problem I have with that is, have you reconciled your issues?
Right.
Because from all the footage of that night, after the slap happened, you were shown laughing. And now you want to pray?
Well, I
just kind of have a little issue about that.
Well, when it's all that attention, bad attention that he's getting. But let's not forget, she started it. Because Will was laughing when that happened. And
then what's that look she gave him?
It was that look she gave him.
Like
and he went into...
like,
right. And then he goes up and makes a fool of himself.
Yeah.
And then they got a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It
was a loaded punch.
It was.
Or slap, let me say that.
Yeah, it was. It was bad.
Yeah.
But also, too, Chris Rock is not talking much about it either.
No.
He's not talking much about it either. And I think he
doesn't have to.
They said that if you want him to talk about it, you got to pay him.
Okay.
So he did make that comment about it.
Yeah, because he didn't sue him. So that's the only way he's going to get the money.
Yeah. But also, think about this. You know, a couple weeks ago, Dave Chappelle was, you know, one of the...
Yes.
Someone in the audience came and attacked.
He was at Hollywood Bowl, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He said he was inspired because of Will Smith.
Yeah.
So he started this whole thing now, and I've not seen Will. He's gone somewhere and sat down.
Well, yeah, he went to
as he should
India somewhere to do yoga.
I don't know.
Yeah, to get his life together. But
I don't know.
It's definitely a burnt popcorn moment for me. I mean,
do you think Will can recover?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yeah, they will recover. I just think that he needs to release some baggage, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I agree. So the next thing, Tiffany, that I am so thrilled about is the Queen's 70th Jubilee.
Oh, lovely.
I'm all about the Britain, the English. I'm all about it. I do my high tea. I'm all about it. So I am just like in awe. You know, yesterday, the Queen turned 70 years. She'd been on the throne for 70 years. And she has, they're on the balcony yesterday. Of course, everybody wants to see Meghan. Yeah, she's waving like this. Everybody wants to see Meghan and Harry, but of course they can't be on there because they are no longer, they've relinquished their royal duties. And the person that stole the show was Louis. Was Prince Louis, who is William's son, and how I've saw on some blogs about some people saying that the English kids are just like ours. I was like, of course they are.
Yeah.
But what was funny to me is that, everybody's looking up at
the red arrows.
Yeah, the red arrows. Mm-hmm. And the Queen, bless her heart, she's just looking straight ahead. And I was like, Queen, look up. And then she finally looked like, oh, okay, there it is. But the Queen is tired.
Baby, she's 96.
She is exhausted.
Yeah. But she's a trooper.
She is.
That's a boss right there, baby.
Yeah. And Charles is what, 73, 70? He's in his 70s.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's got big shoes to fill. And I was listening to another podcast the other day, was talking specifically about, the royals and talking also about the Jubilee. And they were talking about how his popularity is nowhere near where the Queen's popularity is. So he's got really, really big shoes to fill.
She's a G.
She is.
And
she
really I mean,
is.
if you watch The Crown.
Love The Crown.
On Netflix.
Yep.
You have a whole new appreciation of the royal family.
I agree.
Hands down.
I agree. Now, who we are dying to see is Lilibet. If you all don't know who Lilibet is Meghan and Harry's daughter who turns 1 year old tomorrow. She turns 1 tomorrow on Saturday. So she turns
about
1
Harry.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that to me was definitely a champagne moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the new movie out right now, Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun, the first movie happened in 1986. Can you believe this?
I wasn't born yet.
But it happened so long ago, and they're just now in 2022 releasing this movie. And everybody's been waiting for it.
Yeah.
It actually might have had about 3-4 other release dates. But Tom Cruise is very anal and a perfectionist in what he does. And he does those things for a reason, which he picked this right to me.
Right.
Because if you think about it, he did not want it to go to streaming. Yeah. So that means you bring life back to the movie theaters. Right. And with all that is going on with the, fighter jets and things like that, I mean, who wouldn't want to see this on a big screen?
Yeah. And it did like how many millions of dollars?
Oh, like it grossed over $300 million.
Yeah, and it was like the biggest premiere ever, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you told me or I read that everyone did their stunts.
Yeah. So the most of the cast had to get certified as a pilot because he wanted those dudes to fly those planes. Is that not amazing?
That is amazing.
Because he's used to doing all his stunts and things like that.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And John Hamm was, oh girl, did you watch Mad Men?
Yes.
Was that not the best?
Yeah, it was incredible.
That was so
It made
good.
a lot of people very famous.
Oh my gosh, Mad Men was awesome. And then Issa Rae's boyfriend, what's his name?
He's one of the fighter.
Oh gosh, he's adorable.
Jay, I can't think his last name.
He's fine.
Yeah.
What was his name on the show? Was it Lawrence?
Yes.
Yes, Lawrence. He's on there.
That's how he's a pilot on there.
Yeah.
So, Definitely a popcorn. I'm sorry, a champagne moment.
A champagne moment. Okay.
To revive that movie. Yeah. Is really exciting. So yeah.
Well, that's really exciting. I think it actually is going to be. It can't go to streaming for 2 years.
Yeah.
Is what I heard.
Very smart.
Yep. So what to watch? What you watching?
Stranger Things is back on Netflix, and this is the final series for the franchise.
Yep.
Which I gotta say, I won't be mad at that.
Is it time? Has it not been very good? Time. Yeah. Was it not as good as it has been in the past?
I just think they've reached.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've reached their amount of gore.
Okay. Now I heard my son was telling me that it's very horrific. This more horror. This particular season. I haven't seen it. I just love the whole nostalgia of it. You know, going back to the 80s because that was the best time. You know, the music that they play. It just brings me back all the time. But I love Stranger Things.
I know.
So have you finished it?
No.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of it.
Okay.
So
right.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to start this weekend. So I'll let you know what I think about it.
Yeah.
So for documentaries, what I have watched is They Call Me Magic, which is on Apple TV.
Yes.
And it was about the documentary of Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson. Hands down fabulous.
Really?
Wonderful. I think it's 4 or 5 episodes and it's about an hour and a half long. Wonderful. He talks from beginning to end. But I watched Showtime that was on HBO Max. Lots of similarities. So it did validate a lot of things that
so that was the Lakers series.
It was a Lakers series.
Yeah. And so they shot it with the old film to really make it look authentic.
They did.
It showed you, you know, how they upgraded the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Jerry Buss?
Yeah.
He was fabulous.
Yeah.
He created the whole Lakers girl, the whole Showtime, during halftime.
Yeah.
So, and that is smart
and
engage people. I mean, he created some stars. You created Paula Abdul or whatever.
You did.
But Magic Johnson, I will tell you, it started from his rise from Michigan State, his, all the way to being a businessman.
Yeah.
So it is wonderful.
Cookie.
And let me tell you something.
Because he broke up with Cookie, right?
Several times.
Can you believe that?
She's better than me. Because I think they were engaged 3 times and he broke it off 3 times and she hung on in there. What I really, really admired about Magic is his love and acceptance for his son, EJ. Because Cookie noticed when they were on vacation, when he was a little boy, how he was looking at another little boy. And she asked him, do you like boys? And he's like, I do. And, they told Magic. Magic was very upset at first. And now he is totally...
Me, I need a refill.
Well,
sorry.
Let her get a refill.
He's
ahead. Totally Team EJ.
Really?
Team EJ. And
because body-wise, if you look at him,
he's tall.
He could be a hoop
He's
star.
6'2" or 6'3", but he's had the gastric bypass, and he's and he don't
care nothing about no basketball.
He is fabulous. He is fabulous. I mean, he's fabulous. So I was very, very impressed with They Call Me Magic. It's on Apple TV. That is definitely a champagne moment. And if you have an opportunity, please check it out. It is fabulous.
Does he talk about how much of a hoe he was?
He talks about how much of a big hoe he was. Magic had fun.
Okay.
But it cost him.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Of course.
But he had a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, something new that's coming on. It's actually premiering tonight. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. We coming to the pink, honey. P Valley is back. Uncle Clifford and them, they back in the strip club. Yes.
So I did watch a couple episodes first season. I never finished it.
Oh, Toni, you
can't. And this is in Memphis, right?
Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, I never finished. And what's the guy's name? He is fabulous. That
Uncle Clifford.
Uncle Clifford. Okay.
And he runs the show, but it's actually he was in money troubles last season.
Okay.
And one of the strippers bailed him out.
Oh, okay.
So now it's under new management.
So he was the manager, is that correct?
Yeah, but he owned it.
Oh, okay.
But he was having money problems, and she bailed him out.
Okay.
And so it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic and having somebody tell Uncle Clifford what to do with the Pank.
Well, I'll say this. I need to get back engaged with it, but kudos to Starz. Starz is very diverse. I mean, you know, it's really kind of started with Power, the whole Power franchise, and 50 Cent and all of that. So kudos to Starz for bringing all that stuff. And I'm going to tell you, another one is A&E is also changing too with, you know, with the being Bobby Brown. Then I was looking at a bunch of other
61st Street.
Yeah. That's on A&E?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was on BET Plus.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But amazing show with Courtney B. Vance.
Okay. That's on A&E.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Ingenue Ellis.
Okay.
Amazing cast.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that out. What's the plot? What is it?
So it's about up and coming basketball star.
Okay.
I'm sorry, track star.
Okay.
That has a full ride, full scholarship, and the police do some kind. He's at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay.
And he gets spooked and he runs.
Oh.
And I'm not saying any more after that.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it made me a little angry, but I'm a huge fan of the cast.
Okay.
And I highly recommend it. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to check it out.
Another one is We Own the City. I forgot to.
Yeah.
You can't watch it?
Nah. Nope.
Oh, Toni.
No. This is HBO Max. I love it. I've watched 3 episodes. It's the corruption. It's so
But you know
bad.
what keeps me watching it?
What?
That they caught him.
Okay.
And the show, spoiler alert a little bit here.
Another one.
Is that the show is the interrogation of these cops.
Yeah.
And trying to find out what went wrong. Why did you go down this path?
I mean, is it a broke down wire?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. It's
it's from a different perspective because it's on the police.
Yeah.
But I'm highly intrigued with it.
Yeah, no, I was telling Chauncey about it, and Chauncey was like,
Now, who is Chauncey?
Chauncey's my husband.
Oh, hey,
yes.
Chauncey.
And I, my son Chance, love him. He's my favorite person in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
But he was saying too, it's not. I can't.
Yeah.
No. So. Listen, we want to give a shout out to our amazing producer, Aaron.
Yes.
Aaron is helping us get everything together.
Yes.
And we certainly thank you all for joining us for our first podcast.
Yes.
And, you know, thanks for joining us. And please like and follow us on Instagram. And the handle is popcorn_champagne. And we're going to do this every week. We're so excited about this, and we can only do as much as we can. So we love the fact that you guys would like us. And please tell us what you want to see.
And tell us what you don't like and what you want to hear more of. Also, you can like us on YouTube and, you know, put your comments on there and just let us know. But we are so happy that you joined us for our first episode. And it's more to come, my loves. Thank you. And
bye.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Why don't you just take me there with you? Swimming in a bath full of diamonds, got nothing to lose. I'ma run away and take these